Or have you ever heard of a herbalist? A herbalist. You now saw him. He went to what's this island in Lagos? What's this in Lekki? That there is an apartment, and that apartment is for the herbalist. Have you ever seen one? Have you ever gone to a mall, ShopRite, and you saw an herbalist shopping there? If they can pay that kind of price for darkness, who are you? That is why you notice that when they want to raise an army, they come among civilians and they carry them and they take them to where? The forest. Sama, prophets are alone, man. The reason why I'm saying this is that there are many of you were supposed to be the wife of an apostle, but this lifestyle has your life has been so damaged by almost 8 relationships. Every day you are suffering from breakfast. That is a Deborah. That is an Esther. Because you have become so attached with the things of this life. There are many of you, God has called you. What God has called you to pioneer is so holy and righteous, and He will not have you wear certain kinds of attire. There is what is called the attire of a harlot. But because you are so carried away by the affairs of this life, you can't give into that discipline. There are many prophets here. Every single day you keep crying on the bed of fornication, like Samson. God is calling you. He said, I am calling you to a place of. He says, no man who engages in warfare entangles himself with the affairs of this life. Sama, you can see a vision and see your future. It doesn't mean it will come to pass. Ask Moses. God told him that he will take the children of Israel into the land of Canaan, but he saw it, he never entered it. So because you saw it in a vision doesn't mean it will come to pass. There is a separation God requires from you. There are many of you, you know what I'm talking about. Many nights, those days, the consecration you kept, remember your encounters, but now you can't find it. The reason why till today you are still trying with prophecy, still doing guess and guess and guess and guess, is because you have refused to give in to the demand of separation. You chop hot eba in the afternoon, you eat amala in the night, and you come and hold mic and say pro. You will say nonsense. Ask your apostle. He will stay in Amanawa for 2 weeks to come for his service. That is a separated man. So when you talk about an army, I know what an army is. If you live with the affairs of this life, see, let me tell you the truth, many of you will never be able to enter your ordination that God has called you to, because the entanglement. God told you, leave that there. If I leave her, God, I will not see another one. And 7 times you are falling. Shebi, you have dated 7 people. Why are you not married? You think he's seeking things first. If you seek the kingdom first, all these things will be added. Young people are victims of addictions because they don't have patience. If Satan knows that God wants to give you 2 million naira next week, this week he will give you 5 naira, 100,000 naira, so that it will be plenty. When you see 5 naira, 100,000 naira, you think it's 2 million naira. You were supposed to, you know, some people say, I must marry Pastor Frank. Sorry, I don't know why I entered this one again. I must marry. He's a man of God. He's a man of God. You. That any little thing you are angry is a man. You want to crash the ministry. Separation. If you are called into an army, don't entangle yourself with civilian affairs. The reason why we dress the way we dress is not because it's a sin. It's simply because as an army we live a template life. But the next puka, anything that comes out, we see it in your head. The moment a hairstyle comes out, you are carrying it on your head, because they tell you that you need to blend, you need to nonsense. Come out from among them and be separated. There is a separated life. Sir, prophets are known men. They are men of the mountains. If you don't understand this and you marry a Jezebel, she will kill you before your time. You see the glory, but you don't know the pain. You don't know the sacrifice. I've heard about your man of God. I've heard the things he did. I've heard the consecration he kept.